Hi, I'm Rob Johnstone, Editor-in-Chief of the Woodworker's Journal magazine. Recently, I built a ladder-back chair, which we featured in the pages of the print magazine. One of the technical challenges I experienced while building the chair was how to join the front legs onto the bottom of the seat. Typically, you'd use a mortise and tenon joint for that. You'd machine up a square peg, and then you'd chop out a square hole, and then you'd fit them together. Well, I did something a little bit different. What if you could make a round peg on a square leg and then just simply drill the mortise hole into the bottom of the seat? Well, that's what I did, and I'd like to show you how I went about going about that. So here we go. To cut the round tenons, I used a shop-made jig constructed from plywood and solid blocks of wood. Additionally, I controlled the depth of the cut by means of a point fence and then stopped the jig with a spacer clamped to the tabletop. To gently engage the stock with the bit, the jig slides in the router's miter slot. It's a nice little system. To increase the functionality of the jig, you can make tenon guides to accommodate stock of various dimension using larger or smaller holes drilled into the guides. The diameter of the holes must match the thickness of the legs as shown here. That's because when you insert the leg stock into the jig, the diameter of the holes controls the rotation of the stock as you engage it with the bit. If the fit is loose, the jig will cut erratically. To actually make the cut to raise the tenon, insert your stock in the jig and slide the jig forward. Engage the end of the stock on the point fence and rotate the leg blank as you see here, while continuing to move the jig forward until it runs into the spacer. Then, simply continue to rotate the stock until you clean up the tenon. Pull the jig back when you're done. As mentioned before, by making different tenon guides, you can use this jig to make tenons on thick or thin pieces of stock. You adjust the length of the tenon by moving the point fence in and out, and the diameter of the tenon by moving the router bit up and down. Of course, the cutting technique is exactly the same as before, regardless of the thickness of the stock you are currently using. As most woodworkers know, one of the really great things about using a jig is that they allow you to make repetitive cuts quickly and accurately. But as you are also likely aware, setting up for your cuts accurately is the key. And remember, always test your cuts on scrap material before you use your actual project lumber. Trust me, this is important. So that's how you make a round tenon on the end of a square leg. It's a great technique that I'm sure you'll be able to make use of in many situations. I used it on the ladder-back chair project found in the April 2013 issue of Woodworker's Journal magazine. If you'd like a copy of the magazine, you can find it at woodworkersjournal.com. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on making sawdust.